Second of all, Your Honor, for the record, is this officer authorized to move against me when there is no claim against me? You know? That's questions for the judge. Now you want to start asking the officer questions if you want to do what I do. Okay? Because this is what I do. I'm not telling anybody to do anything. If they choose to do it and whatever happens, it's not positive happens and you don't know how to respond, that's on you. I'm telling you what I do. And I ask the officer, officer, is it true that on this date you use your emergency procedures to stop me? He goes, well, yes. As a matter of fact, I had an officer practically laugh at me. Pfft, of course. Your Honor, I mean, is this guy for real? I said, oh, that's good. Okay. Well, sir, at the time of the arrest, was there an emergency? Well, Your Honor, sir, please answer the question. Was there an emergency at the time that you used your emergency procedures? No. There was none. Oh, there wasn't. You know that constitutes fraud? That's exactly what I said. For the record, Your Honor, I would like to go ahead and make exception on the record. Exception means, you know, when you get the transcript, there'll be dashes. So you have to look for the stuff when you appeal, if you choose to do so. Okay? And, you know, so, okay. Now, officer, are you claiming that I injured you? No. Did I injure anybody? No. So who did I injure, sir? Since it's a crime. And there has to be an injured party. A corpus delicti, a body. And then I had the judge jump up. Well, sir, you know, it's here in the state of California here. The injured party would be the state of California. Objection, Your Honor. A move to strike. I don't think you can testify here, sir. I'm asking the officer a question, and he hasn't responded. I'm not asking you questions, sir. I believe you are the trier of facts, and you can't give me any kind of legal conclusion. For the record, I'd like to know, sir, by what authority are you allowed to interject and interrupt me so as to confuse me, sir? Because I kind of don't remember what I was going to ask him. And I don't think that's an unbiased move. I think that's very biased, sir. So could you please refrain from interrupting me? I would really appreciate that. I just turned red as hell. Sir, once again, officer, who are you claiming I injured, since this is a crime? Well, you injured the people of the state of California. Well, sir, then I would like to go ahead and, Your Honor, for the record, I'd like to face my accuser and put the state of California. I have some questions to see how I injured the state, since it's only pieces of paper and it's a corporation filed in a cabinet somewhere in some city. Oh, well, see, sir, you know, well, okay, so that's basic stuff for criminal. Let's move to civil, if I were in a state where it's civil infraction. Okay, same thing, go up there, Your Honor, for the record. I must object, since the officer stated facts not in evidence. Because the only thing here is a citation that I got. The civil summons or civil citation. Officer, is it true you use your emergency procedures? Well, yes, of course. Officer, at the time that you arrested me, did you go ahead and see any kind of emergency? Well, you know, if they say they want to say your tail light was out. Well, your tail light was out. So, sir, officer, does that constitute an emergency? And if it does, by what authority, what rule states that tail light is an emergency? Because from what I understand, it's some kind of violation. Oh, well, I'm not sure. Okay, so for the record, in other words, you had no idea whether it was an emergency or not, but you still used emergency procedures in order to arrest me, correct? I had an officer tell me one time, well, I didn't arrest you, I lawfully detained you. Well, for the record, you know what the word detain means, sir. And I made a video on this. These legal definitions, what they mean in court, is different from what they mean outside. Officer, for the record, do you know what the word detain means? No. Well, let me enter it into the record. For the record, detain, and I read the definition, and at the bottom of the word detain, Black's Law, 5th edition, you'll see it's a form of arrest. And I turned around and I said, once again, sir, did you use your emergency procedures when there was no emergency at the time of my arrest? Well, yeah, no, there wasn't any. Let's just say they say yes. Okay, what was the emergency? And we'll go back to square one. That's exactly, well, your tail light was out. Okay, well, for the record, I object. You don't want to stay on the same subject, because I don't. If you choose to, that's up to you. Then I said, well, sir, did you have a warrant for my arrest? Well, you weren't arrested, sir. We have already established that detain is a form of arrest. Did you have a warrant for my arrest? No. Well, for the record, sir, I'd like to show that the officer made a false arrest, false imprisonment, and I make exception, and I take exception on the record. And they put dashes later when you get your transcript. Okay. Well, it's civil. Sir, can you produce the contract since you're claiming that this is civil? Well, I don't know. And the standard questions will be like if they don't really know the. Sorry, sir, I don't think I can understand your question. Well, sir, this is civil, so I must have breached some kind of contract, or I did some kind of wrong to you. I injured you in some way. I mean, did I do any of that, sir? No. Did I injure you? No. Was there a contract that I violated? If they say no, well then, how am I getting this citation? Well, you violated this. Well, sir, where's the contract stating that I can't violate this, or that it even applies to me in the first place? So, this is the basic stuff, you guys. If you want to copy and do what I do, you can. Alright, and I'm doing this. A lot of people told me not to do this because, you know, some people just want to charge up the yin-yang for this, but I believe that if you have this information, you should share with all, because knowledge is free. So, peace out. If you guys want to donate, once again, I would really appreciate it. I mean, I do take time to study this, my own experience as well from doing it in court, so I would really appreciate it. There's a link that should be there for my PayPal. And God bless all of you, and hope that, you know, you will start exposing the fraud, because this is what it's about, standing up for your rights.